Hey everybody, just going live here, kind of unannounced and unplanned, but this just came in. President Trump was the target of another assassination attempt that was thwarted prior to him being in any danger. Earlier on today in West Palm Beach, Florida, a gunman armed with an AK-47, which was equipped with a scope, was lying in wait for Donald Trump on, it appears that he was on hole 6 of the Trump International Golf Course in West Palm Beach. A Secret Service agent who was in advance of Trump getting to that hole, Trump was on hole number 9, engaged the suspect with 4 shots. The suspect fled, but a passerby was able to get a picture of the vehicle and the license plate. That was relayed to the West Palm Beach Police Department, and who then activated their real-time crime center. Their license plate readers were activated, and the suspect vehicle was noted entering an adjacent county. The Sheriff's Department was notified, and the suspect was taken into custody. So at least now we have a live perpetrator that they can interrogate, which is great news, because this is getting out of hand. What's going on here? We've had the incident in Butler County where a person had shot and then was killed. Had shot at and actually shot President Trump. Unfortunately, it was a non-life-threatening wound. And then President Trump's plane had mechanical issues, and now this. So things are really getting out of hand. Of course, Trump is okay, and he should be... He was a little shaken up, but in true Trump fashion, he checked on everybody first to make sure that everybody else was okay. And then he commented that he was disappointed he couldn't finish hole number 5, because that was the hole he was on when the Secret Service pounced on him to keep him safe and then whisked him off of the golf course in a specially designed golf cart that was there for that purpose. So Trump is okay. He is obviously shaken up. I just watched the latest press release that was where the Secret Service, West Palm Beach, Florida, Police Department, the FBI, and I believe the adjacent Sheriff's Department were at that press conference. The Sheriff's Department, I don't believe, spoke, unless the person who the main speaker, unless he was sheriff, but I believe he was West Palm Beach police. They didn't identify him when the press conference started when I watched. So I believe he is West Palm Beach. So Trump is okay. We have one person in custody. Apparently, this person had a couple of backpacks on the fence. They haven't said what was in the backpacks. So essentially what was happening was he was lying in wait. Initial response was, or belief was, that it was a gang-related shooting, that 2 people were shooting at each other. That was not the case. That was absolutely not the case. The shots that were fired, and the only shots that were fired, apparently, now this could change when more information is revealed, but apparently the Secret Service were the ones that discharged their firearms. They engaged the suspect. I do not believe the suspect was hit. The suspect was at quite a distance from them. He was armed with a rifle. I don't know what the Secret Service were armed with, but I believe they engaged him with their service pistols. But that could change. That's just speculation on my behalf. It was quite a distance, and for a service pistol at the distance, if it was indeed a service pistol, then it would be very difficult to hit a target. But with a rifle, it would be actually fairly easy. So that's what we that's what we know so far. The suspect is alive and is in custody. So we should be able to learn a little bit more from his interrogation, and I would imagine that updates will come later today, possibly tomorrow. This is a breaking story. I just finished watching the news, the press release on it. So I am thinking that we will know pretty soon what is really going on down there. Initially, because of the Butler County shooting, I just assumed that everybody saying there was a second shooter, or and all these conspiracy theories were out to lunch, just speculating. Then there was that suspicious mechanical problem with this plane, and now this. I don't know, guys. This, to me, it's either there's a lot of crazy people who don't like him out there, and then that mechanical issue was just, a regular mechanical issue. But things are starting to look very suspicious. So every time he seems to get a bump in the polls, something like this happens. I'm not going to make any, claims other than it just looks bad, and I hope to hear that that things get resolved and that we find out exactly what's happening. What really surprised me is, though, one of the comments made by the initial speaker at the press conference was, he was saying how because Trump is not the sitting president, he doesn't have the full detail, and what would have happened if he was the sitting president is they would have had a lot more assets on the ground covering the entire golf course. That to me is very surprising, considering the Butler County incident. And why wouldn't they have a full complement of personnel equal to that of the sitting president? Because Trump right now is, I believe, more of a target. So that to me is a question that's going to have to be answered. And I think that more heads are going to roll as a result of this. It's just inconceivable that they would, that this could even happen after such an event in Butler, Pennsylvania. But the guy didn't get a shot off, apparently did not return fire of the Secret Service. So Secret Service was able, they did do their job, and they did engage the suspect. And so they did a good job, and they did what they were supposed to do. It just is amazing to me that they did not have the complete complement that a sitting president would have. But, I'm just an observer, a distant observer at this point. So, as more comes available, I'll probably put out another video later, more polished video. This is just an immediate live stream. So, yeah, I'm just going to take a look at some of these comments here. Yeah. Okay. Gary, Obama is sitting in his house with an earpiece in, is absolutely cursing right now. Yeah, you never know. I'm not going to make any, I'm not going to speculate as to what, if anything, or suggest that anything more is at hand here, but I'm looking forward to this investigation and saying that it is very suspicious that more security wasn't on hand, and with everything that's going on, it's just crazy. So I'm just going to sign off now and look into this a little bit more and see what I can come up with. This changed my plans today. I was planning on working on the house, so but I think this is very important, and something that needs to be looked into and explored a bit. So I will catch up with you later, and we'll talk about this.